Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Oddballs. How's it going? It's me, the JC.
It's me.
Coming back so you can see all the people on your computer screen. I'm trying to keep rapping, but I'm failing miserably. Hi.
I was just going.
Out.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Nice to have all of you here, and let's like continue this adventure. But before we do, I want to go around and I want to see what the four of you think about what you're about to do, because last time, where did we leave off? What was the plan last time? Does anyone remember this nonsense?
Yes.
Oh, this is a great plan.
Weren't we? Well,
Foolproof.
weren't we putting the portal on the front of the van and driving it around?
Yep.
Yeah.
So good.
Why were we doing this, by the way? What was the point?
To save those poor people.
Yeah, to find the people in the other world.
Yeah.
Okay, and
We
do
think.
you have an idea of where you were going to go? You think, was there some strategy behind all this? Was there some place that you wanted to go to? Or are you just going to drive?
Ever been strategy in this entire show?
The
like,
answer's no,
ever.
but I'm trying to ask if you have one this time.
I'm gonna go with a negative on that one.
That's a negatory, good buddy.
I'm feeling like we're gonna go where Fern kind of maybe last saw the people, but that's my plan. Yeah,
Sure.
Samantha's known for her amazing plans.
She has great plans.
And we have, as we discussed last time with our roles, our driver is going to be Fern using the power of tinkering. The foot on the gas and brake using the power of force, not seeing what he's doing because he's going to be down on his hands and knees, is Eddie. Looking and investigating through the mini gateway is going to be Sam. And holding everything together using the power of comprehend is Clarence.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what happens.
I mean, what did I say? Foolproof.
Yeah, this is gonna work so well. So what do we need when it comes to the actual like prep of this? Is there anything you want to bring? Is there anything you want to take? Because once you guys are out on this road, whatever happens, and I can't be held responsible. So just to remind you of things that you have in your secret clubhouse that you can take with you. Right now, you have you have the delightful Wiz Life spray paint outside on your small Airstreamer. You have a rug on the floor, some crappy lawn chairs. You have the 4 weird pictures of that Alistair took of all of you together. You have the missing photograph passport that Alistair had. You have the Secret 7 papers. You have a note from Alistair to Alistair. You have this toolbox that has all these different tools inside of it. You have what I imagine is I'm gonna take, instead of 3 pies, you now have 2 pies. I'm gonna shrink that down. Obviously,
Okay.
you've eaten a pie.
Right.
Damn.
You have no more
I mean-
tacos. The tacos are gone. You have an extension cable that you've cut with exposed wires.
We should take that.
You probably have to, although I think you are going to hook up the battery, right? I think that was the plan, is you're gonna have the wires going through the window and hook it up to the balls from the battery of the car. Which
Yeah.
Right, the jumper cables, which we've learned was going to give you only 2 hours of time, but thanks to amazing rolls, now you have 5 hours of time to drive around and do this before the car conks out.
Do we mention the black card?
You do have
Oh,
the
yeah.
black. I mean, you'll always have that. That's like in your pocket forever.
Oh, okay. Still don't know what that's for.
You have walkie-talkies. Clarence
Bring those.
specifically has $10 in his pocket. Do you want to bring the walkie-talkies?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
And you wanted to bring the extension cable? Was that an affirmative on that?
Because we can use it as a rope. We can use it. I don't know. I feel like we should bring it.
Sure. Okay. Sam has 3 full outfits and a makeup bag. 2
I'm bringing
cans
that
of
shit.
hairspray.
I'm bringing the hairspray, and I'm bringing 1 outfit, and I'm bringing the makeup.
It's important.
Okay.
It is. Like the car is like stuffed with all of my shit.
You have a mini travel spray, and Sam has $100 in her pocket. You also have a handful of aluminum foil and some hair clips, if you want to bring those. Okay.
Yep.
You, Fern has a machete, a broken lamp, scissors, glasses, an old microphone, and a rusted keychain with a rusted Swiss Army knife. Would you like to bring any of that?
Yes, everything.
Everything.
Grandma said always be prepared.
Sure. Eddie, you have a boom box and
Can we I don't know if this would be to the detriment of Fern or not, but can we leave Jezebel at home?
Yes, you can leave Jezebel.
Because she has been in some really scary situations where she thought she was going to lose her dog, and she's like, you know what? No more. Got to take care of the dog. This is a journey for me and my friends, and we have to leave the dog at home.
Of course. Yeah.
All
right. So Jezebel's at home. Okay. Eddie, you have a boombox and matches at the moment. You brought tacos, but everyone ate those tacos, so you're taco-less now.
Understandable.
Okay. And we have learned, I don't know if you want to bring that boombox at all. You have a radio in the car, but it's your call. I'll let you decide that.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't want the boombox, I can provide some musical accompaniment, but, you know, we'll stick with the boombox for now.
Okay. And then, just as a reminder, you have the 2 balls. And ball number 1, which is unmarked, it is a clean ball. That's the one where you heard voices through it when you put it up to different things, and it opens doors. Ball 2, marked with eyeliner and an X, messed up signals, made things staticky. That one closes doors. As we learned last time, 1 ball can open things, just randomly open stuff, and 1 ball randomly closes stuff, depending on how you use it. And by combining them with some sort of electrical current, you've opened a gateway of some sort. And so that's where we're at. So our big adventure begins. And I'd just like you all to sort of set up the scene for me, because you have Fern carrying everything out of the camper, and Sam filling the back with her clothes and things that she thinks she's gonna need. Eddie bringing nothing but Eddie, like his smile, and Clarence, who is doing what? Like, what are you all doing to set this up? Like, describe this to me.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's definitely some killer 80s music for our packing montage.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, push it to the limit. Like, push it to the limit.
No. Push it to the limit. Let's get crazy here. 2 minutes to midnight off of I think it's off Power Slave. Midnight. Yeah, that should be off Power Slave. Yeah.
Disagree.
From yeah, no. It's listen, let me tell you. Iron Maiden's 2 minutes to midnight. It gets you pumped. It gets you excited. Yeah, let's do it. I'm glad I made this executive decision. Thanks, me.
So
Fern has just a big ass backpack. Like, just
checking my hair.
Just sitting in the back awkwardly, waiting, twiddling my thumbs.
Okay, now why are you in the back? That's a very important question.
Because Samantha's in the front seat, and I'm looking over her shoulder while she's looking through the portal.
Okay,
right?
But you're also the one who's supposed to hold everything together. So, I mean, it's going to make your rolls harder if you guys hit a bump or something. Oh, yeah. Like, if something goes wrong.
You can't be the captain from the back seat, Mr. Backseat Driver.
True.
I mean, I can sit up next with Fern. Like, she's tiny. Maybe I could kind of half sit on this driver's seat. No, that's a terrible idea.
I mean, it's however you guys want to set this up, because there's the potential that this could get insane if you're all in the same seat, or one of you's in the back who needs to be in the front. I just want to give you the chance to make your rolls optimal. That's all I'm doing for you. I'm trying to help.
Yeah, we're all getting ready, right? And then Clarence will hop in the passenger seat and kind of like look out at Samantha and kind of pat his leg and give her a wink.
Sam?
What?
Hello?
Wait, where am I sitting? Yeah. Okay. Wait. I think I want to sit just like with Fern.
Okay. Yeah. So Clarence is like giving you all the signals of like, hey, why don't you sit over here with me? And you're just like, no, I'm gonna sit in the exact same seat as Fern. The two of you like squish up together.
Yeah, fuck Claire.
Okay, so basically, the way that you're all situated at the moment is Clarence is in the front passenger seat, holding the two balls in place out in front of the windshield on the passenger side. Or not in front, but like just behind. In the driver's side is Fern holding the steering wheel next to Sam, who is on the seat, but also kind of like mashed up against the like middle area where the brake is, the parking brake and all that stuff. And you're there. And then directly underneath all of you is Eddie laying on his stomach with his hands against the gas and brake pedals.
Mm-hmm.
Great. This is gonna go perfect. All right. In the back is all the things you
kind of in my hands.
Ah, boo. So in the back is all the stuff you're bringing with you. Okay. So I guess now is the time for you to decide where you want to go. Tell me what you want to do first. You already know how to drive, so I'm not going to make you roll the like concept of driving this car.
Do we need to go in the direction where we like all the Fern stuff happened?
Yeah.
That's up for you guys to decide. You tell me. Where are you going?
We're gonna have Fern guide us and tell us about the different places she went.
Okay. Well, I think we should start probably at that like the entrance to the park, to the woods, because I feel like that's probably where they all hang out and could probably use some help. So if we want to drive in that direction, that's going to be way down that way if we want to go that way.
And that's like where you met them for the first time, or is that where you went with them?
You remember the bunker where Grandpa was like, I'm gonna put you in this cage. So that's where I first met them when I like traveled dimensions. And they were like, well, you're gonna be back here in 2 weeks. And then when I went back in the forest area, they were like, oh, we've never seen you before. I was like, but I've seen you. So it was real weird. It was like I went in different times, but to like the same place. So I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like we should go to the forest first.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm set.
Fern, I'm gonna need you to make your tinker roll to put everything into gear and start this bad boy up.
Right, here we go. Oh, who's ready to go?
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom, baby.
Throw on a force. Throw on a force roll.
Okay.
This is a force roll to drive a car. Here we go.
All
right.
Sweet.
Not only is it like the smoothest start, it isn't a lurch, it isn't a bump, there isn't like a boom, and then the car takes off. It's like you've been driving for years. Like you are Fern's legs, and you are so used to driving. It's second nature.
Fern's legs, and Fern, you just keep being your arms. You just keep doing it.
And you pull out of this fielded area, go down a dirt road, turn onto the highway, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. Best part is no one seems to notice or care that it appears that there are 4 kids in the front seat of a Vanagon driving a car together. Everyone is fine. It is your driving is so flawless. Nobody cares.
Those were good times, man. Yeah. Kids just roam free.
All right. So you're headed down towards the wooded area. Is there anything, like any place in particular, you're going directly to the entrance of the park? Are you going to the area where the helicopter was that took away Alistair? Are you going to the entrance to the actual entrance to the park? Are you going to the place where the bunker was? Like where where are you actively trying to go to? Because it's a really big area.
Probably just the entrance to the actual park. Because maybe they would be able to drive by that, but they can't really take the Vanagon like off road because it's a Vanagon. It's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So
it's not gonna go into
yeah. So maybe like we could check there first and then check the bunker area.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know how far apart those are.
Again, it would be the complete opposite end. Like the bunker is on the opposite side of the park where there's a field, and the park entrance is around in the forest side because the mountain's sort of in the northern part of the park. And let me see if I can really quickly sketch you that out. Come on, things. There's got to be a solution to this. I'll work on that while we set stuff up. So,
Okay.
As you go through and you keep driving down this road, Clarence and Samantha, you're looking through this gateway that you have set up in the front of the car. And what you see as you're driving along this road is the same road that's in front of you, but it definitely looks like no one has driven on it in a long time. It is cracked and the asphalt is torn up and there's grass and stuff growing through it. There is a layer of that red, grimy dust covering almost all of it, except every once in a while you see the yellow lines of the middle of the road and the different lanes. But other than that, it looks like there's no tracks, no tire tracks, nothing. No one has been on this road in a long time. But as you drive down, you pass all the scenery. You pass the other farms that are near Fern's house, and they aren't even there. The farms themselves are gone. It's just dirt and fields of dirt and like this gross gray sky with this glowing red, reddish orange aura in the background. Is there anything you want to? Yeah, is there anything you want to say to anyone? Is there anything you want to like? Or are you just gonna keep looking? You can roll to see if you notice anything. You can, but I mean, right now there's nothing visible that you can tell just by your normal like cursory glance.
Right.
You can keep looking and you can roll investigate or comprehend and see if you can do something better.
Yeah, of course, we got the chance. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. I'd like you both to roll both of those.
Whoa.
Jesus. Okay.
This is my one good roll for the day, so make it good.
Holy cannoli.
So, you don't do anything different. You don't hold them any differently, Clarence. You're just holding on to these balls, making sure they're there. Nothing changes about that. Sam, what you notice as you're going through and like staring really intently, you hit one of those moments, when you're on a train or you're on you're in the passenger seat of a fast-moving car, and or you see a helicopter propeller or a fan, like a ceiling fan, and you focus for a moment on the one blade, and that's all you see suddenly. You have a moment just like that where you see something out of the corner of your eye that is interesting to you, and it happens every so often, and it happens on lampposts, right? All of the, or not lampposts, but a telephone, those giant telephone wire posts. You notice at the top as you pass them, because your eyes keep like focusing on those as you go past. And eventually you notice at the top, there are weird birds that are nesting at the top of them. But they're unlike any bird you've ever seen. They are black and they have what appears to be jagged teeth. And you can't tell exactly what they are, but you know that things like that, because you're into science, you're into biology, things like that have teeth that sharp, that are that big, aren't things that eat small creatures, and they aren't things that eat plants. Like teeth made like that are made to eat and tear flesh. And so you notice this, and you notice they're almost on all of the poles as you drive through. And it's very interesting to you because you've seen nothing that these things could eat. Because you haven't seen any other animals.
I roll a 4 and I get a scary monster that's gonna eat me.
You definitely get a scary monster that's gonna eat you. I consider that a foreboding warning. Yes, that's exactly what that is.
Like, hey guys, there's these really scary bird monsters up on the poles, so we should maybe try not to get eaten by them. I don't know how.
I mean, to be fair, if I was gonna die, that's kind of how I wanted to go. But yeah, let's avoid that.
What, they're sitting on the poles right now? Is that they're
You can stop, you can literally stop and look at one and they won't notice you if that's what you wanted.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if I want to stop and look at the scary monster.
But it's not here, right? Like it's on the other side.
It's on the other side. They probably eat the giant monster that we fought. They probably eat that guy. Because they're huge.
I doubt it. So wait, they're real big? Like how? Like bigger than the pole that they're on right now? I mean, I don't know. That sounds awful.
I mean, are we talking like a hawk or are we talking like a condor? Are we talking like a California condor or an African condor? I'm just kidding.
We're talking something along the lines of it's definitely condor size, but its width is bigger than that of the pole, but it's like perched on the pole. So it's literally like one every so many poles, but their frequency is very high.
There's a lot of
they wouldn't be able to hang out on the wire. They couldn't hang on the wire. If they hung on the wire would snap. They're that like beefy of a bird.
Okay. Clarence starts to sweat a little bit as he realizes that he's holding the hole in front of his face. It should have waited a little bit.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. So just for the record, all of these birds are seeing this weird ass white light zip down through this road. Because on the other side, it's like bright daytime. And whatever you guys are doing, they probably hear the music too. Whatever music you're playing.
I mean, we're not going to stop playing music, so we are where we are on that.
Yeah. So they're very much, even though they probably don't understand because they're animals are not like sentient beasts. They definitely notice this weird thing going down this road, and they're looking at you. You've caught their attention as you go by, but they're not like coming after you. They're just there, and so it's definitely something to be aware of. That out on the road in this area, there are giant beasts that fly that will come get you.
Noted.
I just imagine us going where we need to be, and all these birds are chasing this white light. Everybody dying.
Honestly, these scary monsters, or super creeps, if you will, gonna keep me running scared. So should get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, just keep driving. Drive faster.
Agreed.
Okay, Eddie, I'm gonna need you to roll a force roll. Let's see how faster you drive.
Okay.
Oh yeah, fast. You put the pedal to the metal and you speed up, and within a few minutes, the birds vanish. You've clearly exited their nesting area, and you no longer notice them. And what you see now is just more and more red dirt ground. And it's very, very interesting, but yeah, you don't see anything or anyone. And you can continue to go on the same course, Fern. You can keep going, or you can change directions or do whatever you want to do. But right now, it is barren. And you're approaching the forest area, but there's nothing there.
Well, we gotta stay the course. I believe this is the way to go.
Yeah. Let's check it out. We're all the way here.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost there. We might as well see, right?
Yeah.
So you continue on, and eventually, through all the nothingness, you arrive at the outskirts of the national park. And there is clearly what appears to be a ranger station. And it is a normal building, and there's a tower above it, like a watchtower of some sort. But the parking lot area is all broken up, and there's grass growing through the asphalt and concrete. But the building itself is the first building you've seen ever in this weird, crazy wasteland that isn't completely destroyed. And so it's still standing. There are no lights or anything on in it, but it looks like it's possibly someplace someone could live. And then behind that is a pathway of broken concrete that used to be a road leading up further into the park itself.
And we're viewing this through the portal?
Yeah. You've come up to the park itself, and you've begun to slow down because you're entering the actual park. And through the portal, you can see this. And it is very clearly and obviously the first thing you've ever seen, Fern, that is completely and totally sound structurally. Even the tower is fine.
You want to go in?
Okay, well, first I could just like stick my head through and be like, hello, anybody here? And then see if anybody comes out. And then if they don't, then maybe I can go in and like leave them a note saying that we have a portal to the outside world and they should totally come and find us. And then and then we'll totally let them out.
It's totally great idea. I 100% think that's perfect. And we're going to do it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
It's just weird to me because that's the first building that I've seen that isn't like totally destroyed by whatever happened in this other world. So it's real weird that it's like still standing and stuff, you know, because everywhere else is just gone. So I don't know why that made it. I mean, it doesn't even look really that structurally sound. But
does it look like someone is living there?
It doesn't appear to be lived in, but you can't really tell because the outside, it's more of a even though it's a ranger station, it's definitely designed for tourists to come get pamphlets or information about. So there aren't like many windows, but it is bricked up, and the windows that you do see are just dark inside. Like you can't it's just like a solid, very cheaply made, but like brick and mortar building. That has one or two windows that you can see from the angle you're at, but you can't really see in them at the moment.
Okay, that sounds spookier than my original perception of this building. I originally thought it looked like a cute little wooden house, like a little tower, brick.
No, that's my fault. It is a brick building. It's just a red brick, and it is very much just a quick little stop. It's not huge. It's just like a quick little building to let people know that if they have information or whatever. On your end, on the real world end, in front of you is the exact same building, and the roof is painted like this very nice brown, and it has the same tower, and the tower's painted red, and there are barricades in front of it, and a little sign with like a ranger going like, come inside for information. And there's a parking lot, and there's 3 or 4 cars in the parking lot, and there are people walking around outside of this thing, and one of them appears to be a ranger.
Oh. But I can still stick my head through the portal. The portal's inside the car or outside the car?
The portal's inside the car. It's okay, right in front of the passenger side. I'm
going to stick my head through.
Say who's Johnny when you do it.
And I'm going to say... I'm going to hit Clarence in the back of the head.
Punch Clarence.
Talking smart.
Yeah,
okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I stick my head through and I say, hello.
Oh my God. I don't know if I like this idea.
Be ready to bolt. Hello.
Sure. You stick your head through and you feel this intense heat and this rush of wind coming against your face, and it feels completely unlike where you just came from. And you shout like, hello, and all you hear is the echo of your voice and the rush of wind. But of course, as you say that, you still are saying it to everyone in your car, and everyone can hear the echo of you saying it. And there's no one's answering you. No one seems to be replying.
See, I told you, ain't nobody out there. Like,
Yeah, it's a creepy, scary building.
Yeah.
I mean, can we leave something? Like we could leave just a candy wrapper or just some piece of trash. And
I mean, you try?
just like throw it through the portal so that they know that somebody was here from the future, from the outside world.
We don't even know if everybody on the other side is like...
a trash can. It's my alternate dimension too.
I mean,
I hate Clarence again.
You all have equal ownership.
You can, I mean, yeah. What do you want to? You can go and explore this, but it's the one thing that's gonna be the biggest problem for you at the moment is the fact that you can't like walk around with this portal in the real world, in the station. You just can't. I mean, you can try, but people are gonna be like, "What the hell is that?"
I don't think we'll reach anyway with her.
You're right.
Yeah. So I mean, we'd have to go inside the car and then come back out on the other side.
Just drop to the
Check
wall.
out this creepy ass building.
But you can do it.
Sam, if you want to go,
I don't really.
Well, I'll go with you, and we can just we'll just have or at least one of us can just stay here and make sure the car's running.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Eddie will make sure that we have tunes.
That's
We
true.
just opened up the portal big enough and drove the vehicle through it.
How do we get back?
It's just
Clarence, you think that one
put it
through
in
before you
reverse.
said it, or did you just say it? Because you wanted to say it. Did you actually think about how that would work?
I thought it was just as good as going into the death trap, but I don't know. We're just
How
throwing
would we
out
drive the
ideas.
car through when we're using the car to keep this portal open?
Yeah, but the wires will come in and we can just hit reverse. At least, I don't know. Sorry.
Poor Clarence.
Damn.
He's just getting beat up today.
This is
I've
my
hit him
Clarence
twice.
today.
It's okay, Clarence. I think you're cool.
I think you're cool too, Eddie.
I don't really think he's cool.
We know.
I ignore that part.
God
Eddie thought he thinks it's cool. Yeah, so what do we want to do? You guys want to go in there? For real?
I'll go in with Sam. I volunteer. I'll go. I've been there.
I mean,
All right, let's go.
if you think that you guys are going to be okay, I'll just stay here and sing really loud so that you can know where we are.
Okay.
It seemed like we'll be able to get through the portal, back through the portal.
Yeah, no, you've done it before. If you go through, you can come back. You have 5 hours of time with the battery. So, unless you're there for a long time, you shouldn't have a problem. Yeah, I mean, Eddie can stay behind. Eddie can come with. It's your call what you guys want to do.
Do we have like a rope or something? I bet you guys are probably going to go really far.
We have the extension
That's a
cord.
good idea, though.
Because I was going to say, like, if you need to go far, it would be nice for one of you to hold a rope. And if we need you to come back or you need one of us to go there, you could pull on it. And then either one would know that the other one needs the other person. So, like, if you pull on the rope, that means that one of us needs to come to you. And if we pull on the rope, that means you guys need to come back.
Do we have a rope that long?
I don't think we have a rope that long. That's the problem.
How will you know it's us?
I don't want to go anymore.
Okay, so you have a somewhat crude but fun map where that is you, the little blue car, and the red is the building, the gray is the parking lot, and the forest is there in front of you. And so this is what you see in the real world. Obviously, in the alternate reality or the future, or whatever that is, the trees are like just dead and awful looking. The parking lot is completely destroyed, but the building and the tower still remain. They're still standing. That's sort of a visual of where you guys are at the moment. You're not actually in the parking lot yet. You could go to the parking lot if you wanted to, and
That's what I was
park
about to
the
ask.
car there. Yeah,
We're
you
just in
can
the
do
middle of the
that.
road?
You've like pulled off to the side, so
Okay.
you're taking a look. You're having a moment, but you can go to the parking lot. You can park in the parking lot if you'd like to. But what that will end up doing is making it so that any snooping people or anyone who's around would be like, what's no one got out of that car? What's going on with that? Like, what's this weird? So there's the potential that whoever stays behind might have to deal with some stuff if you go to the parking lot.
All right, then I think we should stay where we are, and then we should PUBG this little complex. We're gonna find some good stuff in here. I'm gonna find like a 4x scope,
Maybe
a level 2
it's
vest, maybe a
It's
helmet.
possible. No helmets. Zero
I
helmets.
mean,
We might be able to
towers. They
find a
always
map.
hide good stuff in the towers.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Eddie
Yeah,
gets
who
out.
knows?
I dance.
So it's up to you guys. You tell me what you want to do.
All right, let's go, Sam.
All right, let's go PUBG this
Ready?
shit. Yep.
Hey, Fern crawls through after Sam.
Clarence, what do you want to do?
I should stay behind and make sure that the portal stays open.
Okay. Eddie, what are
God
you
bless
doing?
you, Clarence.
Yes, that is appreciated.
I guess I'll sit there and see if like I mean I don't want to leave Clarence by himself.
Sure.
And I also don't want them to get into a situation. We don't have any way to communicate with each other?
We have
Like a
walkie-talkies.
walkie-talkie.
We have walkie
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
do
talkie.
but do they work
Yeah.
between dimensions? I guess we
guess
can
we
find
can
out.
find
Try it.
We could just
Yeah.
give it a shot.
Just like
Yeah.
stick your head in with the walkie-talkie. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you hear me? Yeah. Hello? Testing.
Boobs over.
Hey.
Oops.
Boobs.
Yeah, I mean, it's your call what you want to do. Clarence can stay behind, sure. But Eddie, what are you doing? What is your objective here? What do you want to do?
I just want to make sure that nobody. Can I keep a lookout and like see if anybody's coming?
Outside the car?
Yeah, outside the car.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can run distraction if somebody. Yeah, I'm good at that. Yeah, I'll run. If anybody starts snooping, I'll run interference.
Okay. So Fern, Sam, you crawl through this portal. Are you doing it on the dashboard? Or are you crawling through the dashboard?
Oh,
Is that-
I can take the portal and like do like a hula hoop trick, like put your hands up and just like stick it over you.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah. Describe to me how you guys pull this off. What do you do?
Great. That's so great.
Is that what you
Like,
do?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like slide
Okay.
over about to the waist, and then at that point, I think you have to like jump through on your own.
Yeah. So Fern, Samantha, you jump up and over this sort of hole in the ground, and now you are on firm red dirt. In front of you is this building, and you again feel this weird, oppressive, like not heat, but definitely like a warmth, right? It's not like it's a hot Vegas day, but it's the intensity. There's something about this place that is just really warm and uncomfortable. And there's a harsh wind blowing on you, and it's kicking up this red dirt on the ground. In front of you again is this building that appears to be fine, if not worn down a little bit from this red earth and this red wind. But
There's no lights.
no lights are on
Okay.
that you can tell.
I'm gonna creep up to it.
Okay. Will you roll for me? And let's see your creep. Will you do a
I'm super good at hiding. We've established this already.
Yeah, no, this is bad news. So will you do a body? I mean, you don't have it, so any body
Right.
roll will do.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sam, you try to do what you think try to do what you think creeping looks like, because you've seen enough TV to recognize like the sneak.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is just making noise as your feet smack on the ground. Fern, you see that Sam's trying to sneak, so what do you want to do?
Fern crouches down and says, Are we sneaking?
Yeah, we're sneaking.
Okay. All right.
Not like this.
I guess I'll do that. Oh, like this, like they did in like. Okay. We're like Scooby Dooing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fern, will you roll for me? Your move roll.
Move or sneak, actually.
Or
just move?
Just move.
Okay.
Because you're doing what she does. Like you're pretending to be like her.
Okay.
Yeah. So not only can you pretend to sneak well, but you do it better than Sam. So your innate sneaking skills are making it so that while Sam is like flopping along, you are just like it's ridiculous looking how you are making no noise, you're not kicking up any dust, but you're still doing the exact same thing that she's doing, just much better.
Okay.
And yeah, and the two of you
like
eventually.
Thanks. I did it a lot, when I was like in the woods and I was hunting something. Got to be real sneaky for that.
Yeah.
So what are we looking for?
Well, I figured we could look for like anything or people or just like anything. Hopefully not horrible bird monsters. We're not looking for horrible bird monsters.
Okay. What about like a map or something?
Oh.
Maybe there's a
let's
map
find
in
that.
Here since it's like a information. Maybe there's something in here that says like help, I died, and then there's like a note on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look for that. Okay. And Fern starts opening like drawers and shit, or like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, first you have to get inside, because what happens is when you come around to the entrance, you see that the front door is boarded up, and there in paint, in a red paint, on this brown door on this very red building, says "Do not enter."
I feel like I'm gonna take that at its word.
We're gonna go in.
No, I don't think we should go in. I feel like somebody put this here to warn us against something bad that's inside.
Yeah, but aren't you a little curious?
Can we peek in the window? Let's peek in the window.
Sure. You peek into the window, and even though there are no lights on, Sam, I want you to roll your investigate.
Ooh.
As you peek in the window, you notice that there's a bunch of furniture and what appears to be a desk with pamphlets strewn across it. But yeah, you don't notice anyone inside. You don't notice anything that appears to be dangerous. It just is very dark, and it appears to you to be abandoned.
I'm gonna tap on the window. Oh no, I'm gonna tell Fern I'm gonna like tap on the window, and we're gonna see if there's an evil monster in there that comes for the window tapping.
Okay.
Okay. So just go like tick, 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 tick. Wait.
You tap on the window, and the window, not the window you're at, but the other window, you hear a.
Oh God.
You heard that? There's
Yeah.
something on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have to go look at it.
You should do the classic thing, like the shave and a haircut, and then see if something else like responds like 2 bits.
That's awesome. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
The response on the other end is.
Oh, it's a monster. It's a monster. It's a super monster.
But it's definitely, whatever it is mimicking you.
Right, but it's not a person, because a person would have done the deet deet. A person would have. Also, they're trying to lure us to the other side, right? Is the window on the same side or the other side?
It is. There are 2 windows on your side, so it is about 7 or 8 feet from you to the right.
Okay, I guess we gotta go over there.
Yeah, you can if you want to. Basically, as you look through the window, it's one of those things where because you're looking from the outside through a thing, you can't like turn and look up and over and see what's in your just out of your line of sight. So there's something over there, whatever that is but you can't see it.
I mean, we gotta go look. Wait.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
I'm not there. Never mind.
Well, okay,
So-
because obviously it's trapped in there. It can't get out. Otherwise, it would have come out already. I'm not gonna let it out. I mean, Jesse's probably not gonna let us die. Like, most likely. He knows I have no body, so I can't run.
But we will see. We will definitely. I mean, Fern is frozen in fear.
What do you think, Fern? Oh wait, is she frozen?
the storm that got her, I guess. So
I was like, God, she's being so quiet.
Yeah. You go over to this other window, and
Okay.
just as you look in, we cut back to Eddie and Clarence.
Oh my God.
We're outside, in the real world, and Clarence is sitting there, kind of looking through, trying to figure out what the hell you're doing. He just sees you tapping on windows, and he can't really tell if you're just being very cautious or what you're doing. Meanwhile, Eddie, you're outside, posted up against this van. It is an old Vanagon, and posted up outside is what appears to be a scuzzy-looking dude in the middle of, like, the entrance to a state park. So a ranger stops talking to a bunch of people who are asking questions, notices you, and starts to head your way. Is there anything you do?
Look as inconspicuous as possible. I was like leaning up against the van with my arms crossed, but in order to look more inconspicuous, I like put my hands behind my head and then kind of like lean back on the van, sort of like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Weird.
I'm gonna need you to roll your heart to see if you can, like,
Ooh, I have some
charm
of
this
that.
guy.
Just my heart.
Just heart. Yeah, so
Look at that.
you start leaning back and start stretching and start looking less like a guy trying to sell drugs to kids and more like a dude who's just taking a break. And so the ranger gives you a glance, and he pauses, and then he turns back around and heads back over to the couple that he was talking to. They start asking him, like, "Oh, who do you think that is?" And they, they're having a conversation. It's totally focused on you now, because it's very weird that there's just a big van and a lone guy out in front of it. But for the moment, he's not focused on you, but that doesn't mean he won't return to you. Meanwhile, Clarence, you've noticed that Sam is moving from one window to another window and has begun to tap on it. Do you do anything? Do you tell her anything? Do you say anything?
So watch your Scooby-Doo walk up there and start tapping on windows.
Yeah, you're watching her Scooby-Doo her way to tapping on windows. You do anything? You can shout to her. She can probably hear you. You're not that far away.
I don't have anything to say right now. I'm just watching.
Great. Okay. Sam, Fern is cowering behind you as the two of you go up to this other window. And do you want to look inside first? Do you want to tap on this window? What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look.
Okay. You peer into the window. I'm gonna need you to roll for me, if you would. Let's do your comprehend roll. You look inside, and what you see is a little girl. You can't
Oh God.
tell her features, but it appears that she's young, definitely not a full-fledged teenager, but she definitely appears to be a teen of some sort. She is dirty and has been there for a while, it looks like. And she is completely covered in grime. But one of the things you do notice is that she's roughly the same height as Fern.
No, holy shit.
Do you tell Fern? Fern's not looking in right now. Fern's not. Do
No.
you say anything?
No, we're going back
Okay.
to the car. We're going back to the car. We are going back to the
Okay.
car.
All right, you turn and you start to head back to the car.
Yeah.
Do you say anything to Fern, or you just grab her and go?
Let's grab her and
Just
go.
grab her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Creepy children. I don't like creepy children. Do not.
Yeah.
In D&D, I usually shoot first. Creepy children.
As you go to leave, you hear on the window do, 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 as you start to walk away.
I leave. I do not like creepy children. That is a serious trigger warning for me.
Clarence, you see the once sneaky Fern and Samantha, instead of snooping around, come running back to the portal. Do you do anything? Do you say anything? Do you try to open it for them? Do you set it up in a way that they can get through fast?
Ooh, now's my chance. So sitting there in the seat, lean the seat all the way back, and put the hole over my chest, facing up.
Are they gonna? So they're gonna come. They're gonna burst through you like Alien. Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing? So yeah, you do this, and Eddie is sort of watching out of the corner of his eye from the window, through the like the rear view mirror, and it's that camera angle where we see from Eddie's view in the mirror, and all of a sudden Sam's head bursts through Clarence's chest, and she starts like pushing herself up through, and Clarence is making noises like oh, and being very ridiculous. And then Fern comes through as well, and the two of you tumble off into the driver's seat, and you're sort of in a lump where Fern's kind of on top of you, Sam, and the two of you look over at a ridiculous looking Clarence and an Eddie who's sort of out of the corner of your eye now, staring back at you through the mirror.
Do I see this happening, them coming out of his chest?
Yes. Oh yeah, you see them coming out of his chest.
It's like that movie with that guy and the alien Mac and me.
Clarence, what do you say?
Thumbs up out the window.
And so all of you are back in the same car now, except Eddie, who's sort of outside the car. The noise you've made, it was the car, if you can imagine the Vanagon from far away, literally just started rattling and shaking as you all came out of there. It definitely got the park ranger's attention. He turns back around, and the couple that he was with was like, oh my, what the hell? And so he's turned back around. He's focused on you now, and he's coming your direction, Eddie. Sam and Fern are just like totally rattled and shaken. Fern has no idea why they're running, but they just ran. Sam is shook, and Clarence, you just had your fun, but you now notice that these two girls are like not okay. So what did the three of you do inside the car? Eddie, we'll get to you in a minute. The ranger is coming your way.
Okay, got it. I have to run interference for him.
I think we should maybe like go somewhere else right now. I think we should leave. I think it's time to leave. I think you guys, we should totally leave. Okay? How about we leave?
What'd you say? Like, start looking through the portal?
Nope. Let's go. No, can we go? Let's go.
Well, Eddie's like, roll the window down.
Hey,
Sure,
Eddie.
yeah.
I think we should go.
The ranger's very close now. He is to the point where he is within talking distance. He's like, excuse me, son.
Yeah, sorry, what? I got it. I'm like, as I'm like talking to him, like, yeah, I'm like opening the door and like getting in the van.
Excuse me, son. What are you doing out here? What's going on there?
Me, just hanging out with friends. Gotta go. Bye. And like getting in the van.
You jump in the van. The ranger runs in front of you, in front of the van, to stop you from moving.
Okay, I guess I can get out.
Okay. You get out. And the ranger now sees that there are 4 teens in a van, all of them in the front seat looking ridiculous. 2 of them appear to be a little disheveled, covered in like a fine layer of red dust. And he has his hand out and he's like, hold on now. I wasn't done asking questions. What is happening here?
You know, it's like a crazy coincidence because we actually had some questions for you. So I'm really glad that you're here. So like I totally got stuck at summer school. I mean, because I kind of like ditched a lot. I mean, you get it. It's like summer and anyway, so what happened was we had to do a project on the native chaparral of our local ecosystems. And then so like I totally got assigned to do the project with these people. And it's been a disaster. I mean, we can all tell that none of these people are helping me right now. And so we just had some questions maybe that you could help answer about like the native flora and fauna of this area so that we could like write it down and then we could finish our project. So that would be great.
Will you roll for me your heart charm ability? Sure. As you talk, his eyes glaze over. Completely glaze. Like, clearly he was intent on stopping all of you from doing whatever it was you were doing, but the more you talk and the longer you talk, he seems to realize why he's decided to live his life in a forest. And so he like looks at you and is just like, all right, ma'am. I have pamphlets back in the office if you'd like some guides that you can find out information if that's what you want. Just come with me. And he sort of like signals you to walk with him back to the main office area.
Okay, so I guess I'll go pick up some pamphlets and then ask questions about how long this park has been in existence. Was it like by government grants? Is this like a national park or is this like a local park? Because national parks had different mandates than local parks. And I'm just curious about that. And then I want to know the number of trees in each area. So I'm just going to go on and be.
Sure.
It's my kind of my superpower to make people hate me.
As you walk with him, you hear like an audible groan where he's just like, oh. And the two of you walk back towards the main building. Eddie, Clarence, and Fern are now in the van together. Mm-hmm. Clarence, you notice that Sam and Fern ran back to the portal. Fern is still totally confused and has no idea why. She's a little lost, just like I assume you all are, but you don't know. You don't know why she ran back. None of you have answers, and Sam just walked away trying to keep you guys safe. So what do you want to do?
Knowing, by the way, that I'm going to be as fast as humanly possible because I am super rattled. So I'm just going to like grab a bunch of pamphlets for some like candy tour companies and then like book it back to the car.
So Eddie's in there with me too. Yeah.
Yeah. You're all together now, and you're looking at this portal of this building that, again, seems fine, but it scared Sam enough to yank Fern out of there.
What happened? Clarence, what did you see them do? What happened to the building?
Well, they were like tapping and not being very sneaky, and they turned around and came back real fast. But I didn't see anything. Weird. Like, look through there. Hello?
Yeah, you shout through hello, and just like the previous time everyone has shout through, you feel this weird warm heat and the wind against your skin, and you shout hello, and it sort of fades into the wind, and nothing really happens. No one responds.
I'm the gatekeeper, and it's you better not haunt my friends or anything.
Yeah, you shout into the wind, and even though you have good lines, you hear nothing. Nothing comes back to you.
Yeah, they'll be real intimidated. I'm sure nothing's coming back through. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think I did it.
Yeah, good job, buddy. Give him the thumbs up. Like a solid,
Sure. As you wait for Sam, actually, I'm gonna let you roll for this. I need the two of you to roll for me a comprehend roll, a mind comprehend. And if you don't have comprehend, just roll mind. I want to see if you notice this happening. All right, a one's fine. Ken's one is fine. Clarence notices from the woods what appears to be like the ground moving, but it very quickly begins to reveal itself to be like a slow rolling fog, and it's moving in your direction.
There's some fog. I mean, does this place get foggy? Is there any condensation in this place? Any moisture in the air?
Yeah.
I feel like Fern would be freaking out right now with the fog.
Yeah, Fern, even though she doesn't see it, as Clarence starts talking about fog, Fern starts panicking and backs to the back of the Vanagon and like gets as far away from the portal as possible and starts telling you to close it, to shut it down.
Well, I mean, what? It's just fog. It's make your windows all hard to see out of. I don't understand the big deal.
Like, what, did you see something scary, Fern? And like hold the portal up closer to her. What do you see?
Fern starts to like borderline cry. It's like a panic where she's in a fetal position on the back sofa of this Vanagon, and she starts rocking back and forth, and just keeps repeating for you to close it. She doesn't say anything else but that.
Okay, close the thing, dude. Shut it down.
Ooh. Okay. And yeah, I'll squish the handles and release the balls.
Yeah, you release the balls, and the portal shuts down, and Samantha comes back mere seconds later with a stack of pamphlets. And Sam, you look in and notice Fern is freaked, and Eddie and Clarence have shut down the portal but seem totally lost and oblivious to everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to where Fern is and just hug her.
Sure. Yeah, you sit down next to Fern and give her a hug, and she stops rocking, but definitely seems shook. And you realize whatever happened it really got to her, and you're not quite sure what it was, but Clarence and Eddie look at you totally confused.
What the fuck did you do to her?
Whoa! Well, first of all, language. Second, there was this fog, and it was like coming through the portal, and she totally lost her mind. So we shut it down.
Yeah, no, do you remember the fog? Like the fog when she was stuck in there, she got stuck in the fog. Everybody was afraid of the fog, and the monster came out of the fog, and she saw like a guy's arm get ripped off in the fog. The fog is bad, real bad.
Oh yeah, the fog sucks.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
The fog's bad. Okay, but we shut it down in time, and fog didn't get in, and it's okay. So we're safe now. We're not going to turn the portal on for a while. Okay, Fern.
Good.
It's going to be okay. We're not going to turn it on.
But she is definitely shook. Where I don't know that she'll be doing any driving anytime soon.
Okay, I'm pretty shook too.
Yeah. So now you're out by a park. What is your next plan? What do you want to do? You didn't do anything here, but you did learn some stuff, and it was weird. So what do you want to do now? What's the next step?
Mine getting pie.
Yeah, in the back are two pies. Like Sam just cracks open a pie, and she and Fern just start going to town on this pie.
So good.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. You want in on this?
Yeah, give me some of that pie action.
Eat it off some of the pamphlets that I just got.
Everyone's just like using the pamphlets as pie holders. Yeah.
That's what I got them for.
Yeah, absolutely. Any thoughts on what your next strategy should be? What do you want to do next?
Well, if the fog's rolling in, are we even able to use the portal anymore? I don't know if it's actually bad.
Yeah, because I thought the fog in the past came at night. Like our day-night cycles were synced, and then the fog would come at night. But it seems like our portal has maybe attracted the fog.
I don't know. I guess we have to investigate.
We could try going somewhere else and opening the portal up, or that's not the only thing we got going right now. Is just using this portal to try to mess around with stuff, right?
What?
Yeah,
Wait.
Maybe, yeah.
Sam, what did the girl? Wait. Did she tell us you saw a girl?
I did not, and I'm not going to.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
she hasn't said anything to you guys. All you know is that they freaked out over something and ran back. Even Fern doesn't know.
What did you see there? Why did you guys come back?
It was just bad, and I don't think it's really great to talk about it right now. But I'm glad that Fern didn't see it, and we're gonna talk about it in a little bit. But right now, I just need a little bit of time.
Fern looks up at you. He's like, "Why are you glad I didn't see it?" That's my Fern voice. Why are you glad I didn't see it?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I'm just trying to take care of you, and it's just scary, and you've seen a lot of scary stuff already, and I just thought that you didn't need to see more.
Was it the monster? Was it the monster?
No, we're gonna talk about it in a little bit. I really need to get away from here, and I don't want to be here anymore. And then we're gonna get far away, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay? Is that okay? Do you trust me?
All right, Sam. I guess I trust you.
Fern now sounds like Clarence's grandma.
Oh, don't worry, baby. Yeah, sure. They're all the same, really. Spoiler: Clarence's grandmother is in fact Fern in the future, but she came back and you nailed it. Figure the plot out.
What?
Oh, that's why she learned to like pie in the past, and then she went to the future and made pie.
You turned it all its sense. Oh my god.
All right. Well, we got to know what you saw, because, like, listen, I did not go with you just so I could not know what's in the not here. Duh.
Fern looks at you and is like, "What'd you say?"
Listen, I want to know what was in the building. Tell me eventually. Hopefully.
I will tell you eventually. I promise.
Okay, cool.
All right, so you guys decide to drive where? Where are you gonna go?
Should we go back to?
We could go to Clarence's house.
That's true.
I mean, he's got a Super Nintendo, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
Like sit around playing Super Nintendo for the rest of the episode.
roll to see who first player is. Yeah.
That's a body roll, the force, fight over.
Yeah. You can get to that controller first.
We can try the portal again somewhere, like maybe go back to wherever the what was it,
bunker,
the park, or wherever it was, the beginning of the game, where everything started, kind of thing, and look around there.
Oh, the underground thing. I mean, it seems like we might have a short period of time on the other side before the fog spear comes.
Well,
it might be like we only have 10 minutes, something like that.
That building here in the light world is also here in the dark world, so maybe we just need to find buildings that are in the light world that could still be in the dark world, and maybe there'd be people in the same area if they're still there. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds great idea. I hope there's people inside them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The underground bunker thing. The underground bunker thing that we fell into in the park.
Oh,
out in the wood?
Where we first found the balls.
Where you first found the balls was just the woods outside of the fair. So that isn't even like part of the park. That's just like that's a wooded area close to Fern's house.
So probably can't get the Vanagon in there.
We have to walk the portal with the battery. Sounds difficult. I wish we knew what direction her friends were heading, so we could see what kind of, like, if there was a town area over there or buildings where they had built their settlement.
Well, they said they were going back to town, so maybe that's where they went.
Were they going in the direction of our town?
I mean, that's the only town nearby, so maybe.
Okay, so maybe we try to go to town. Try to look
Sure.
inconspicuous in town. What do you guys think?
You can definitely try.
I'm super good at sneaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm good at that.
I could even open the portal and you just kind of drop your head down and you can look around like Periscope style.
Just pull it over my head.
Yeah. People see this headless body going down the road.
mean, that's definitely a solution.
Yeah, I'm down with whatever you guys want to do.
Here we go to town.
All right. Okay. So you, Fern is a little shook up. So one of you has to take over driving responsibilities.
I can do it. Let me.
I thought, isn't driving Tinker?
It is for Fern. It can be anything for anybody else.
Oh, okay. I feel like Eddie would be a good driver.
All right. Yeah. Eddie, you jump on the steering wheel, and I'm gonna need you to roll force for me. See if you can handle this bad boy.
Force this thing. Okay.
Use the force.
Yeah.
It's a wonder why you weren't driving before, but you're definitely driving, and everything's fine. You're headed back towards town, and
I've heard enough songs about driving. It's the same thing.
It totally works.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very easy. It's crazy that they wouldn't let you drive before, but you are nailing it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're all headed back towards town, back to your hometown, back to where people might actually recognize you all together, or notice that there are people driving this Vanagon through the streets. But you are definitely headed back towards town now, and everything appears to be fine. Fern starts coming off of her like insane I'm scared to death terror moment, and starts to relax a little bit more and is a little less tense. Sam, you're still like holding on to Fern just to let her know that you're there. And Clarence, what are you doing?
Looking through the portal. Or no, I wanted to plug it back up and not, well, after we drive away a little bit, plug it back up and like open it a little bit and see if like smoke comes through it or not. And
yeah. You open it just a little bit, and there's nothing like shoots through at you, or nothing comes at you. And so you open a little bit wider, so you can see more. And one thing you do notice is as you turn the car back around, on all of the poles nearby and on the top of the big tower are those birds. And there are 4 or 5 watching you, watching the little glimmer of light as you drive away.
Dun dun dun.
So you keep it open? Like, this is very visible to you that they're watching you.
Shrink it down to like over my eyeball. On the all-seeing eye. Ooh.
Yeah, the birds, to their view, it disappears. Whatever the glowing light was, it's gone now. It's very, very small. And they all sort of scatter and fly away. And as they like unfurl their wings, you notice they are quite big. And they just like scatter to the sky.
There's like dinosaurs in here.
Whoa, sick. Wait, what kind?
Like pterodactyls or something. The small pterodactyls.
Wait, maybe they're like pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Is that like metal or something?
It was a good joke. I really liked that. I really enjoyed that.
Oof. So you start heading back towards town, and about 20-30 minutes goes by, and you finally reach the outskirts of town. Clarence, you are sort of looking through the hole, and what you notice that no one else sees but you is that you're starting to see some cars on the side of the road. They're definitely destroyed and in really awful condition and rusted and terrible looking. But you're starting to notice that, like, at one point in time, people clearly drove here. So you notice that there are cars on the side of the road. And while the buildings seem to be pretty torn down, the further you get into the center of town, the more and more the buildings seem to be standing. And eventually, you reach a point where you are noticing that many of the buildings and homes are completely intact. It doesn't appear that anyone's living there, but they definitely appear to be still livable in.
Okay. But pull over. There's buildings and stuff and cars, and maybe there's people here. Did I say that, Eddie?
No. Okay. All right. So I'll like kind of pull over to the side.
Sure.
Having
you pull over the side.
Looking through
you
it and
pull
then
over the
looking
side.
out. Is it like line up with buildings?
It lines up perfectly. Everything appears to be the exact same, except the buildings are. Some of them are still standing. Obviously, many of them are destroyed and ruined, but the ones that are up, you could like, if you didn't mind the terror nature of this world, you could probably live in one if you wanted to. Yeah, there's definitely a few worth looking at or checking out. But yeah, you pull over and it is your hometown, but not.
Like, open the portal a little more. Eddie, look, it's like if you ever had like a metal album, this would be like a cool cover, right?
Oh yeah. Wait, can I like look through?
Yeah, you look through, and Eddie, one of the things you see, still standing, is your favorite record shop.
It's still up? Wait a minute, I know that place. That's the record shop that they love me at. You think? Wait a minute. But if that's here, but also there. Wait, do you think this is like? Do you think this is a different dimension? Or is it the same dimension, but a different time?
It could be a different time. And maybe they got some records in there still.
Yeah, wait, I should go see.
Can we call first? Let's say hello. Hello.
No, because if they see me coming, they'll be too excited. So let me go. Let me go in there and check it out myself.
Samantha does not like this idea one bit. Because Eddie's going to bring back creepy children back into our world.
You can try to stop him.
No. How about we just like yell first?
Well, yeah, that's real sneaky, Samantha. Real sneaky, Sam.
Well, no, because if there's nice people, they'll just come and they'll be really excited to see us. But if there's bad monsters, then going in there would be bad.
They'll got to deal with these monsters if there's bad monsters. Trust me, okay?
You saw the bird monsters, right? They're giant pterodactyls, right? The giant pterodactyls.
Yep, I'm gonna need royalties on that name, by the way. But yes, I saw them. But I mean, they didn't do anything. They left us alone. It's fine.
Eddie, if this is the future, there could be music you haven't even heard of yet in there.
I have to go. Clarence, open the portal.
You're such an asshole, Clarence.
Clarence, open the portal now.
You're such an asshole.
Clarence, open the portal.
What do you do, Clarence?
And like just kind of like holding it in front of me, just kind of like open it up a little more.
Yeah, it's big enough for your arm to fit through, Eddie, but not that big yet.
Okay.
I mean, do you go it alone?
I mean, the only person who can handle hearing this stuff is me. Like, I know that you guys.
He's got a point, Clarence.
Yeah, right.
You don't really appreciate music the way Eddie does. I mean, you don't really hear it in your soul like Eddie does. So I mean, it might. Yeah, I mean, it might just blow your mind too much.
Yep.
And we can't afford to lose you because you're really good at holding balls.
Yep. Nailed it. 100%.
Yeah. I'm like the best at holding balls. Yeah.
I know.
The king of balls.
Your sister says she's caught you like 5 or 6 times just holding them, you know.
What?
So.
Uh-huh.
Well, she told you that?
Yep. People don't forget, Clarence. Anyway, open it up. Let me go through.
Eddie seems to want to go on this kamikaze mission, so I'm going to support him.
I'll pull it open more then.
Hey, Eddie.
Through.
Yeah.
Don't bring anything living back, and be fast because the evil fog monster's coming. Okay.
I mean, Sam, music is alive, so I can't make any promises.
No, will you just repeat after me?
Okay.
I will not bring anything alive back. Anything.
I will not bring anything that is a living being back.
And I have to be fast because the evil fog monster's coming.
I have to be fast within reason that I can make sure I bring back good music because the evil fog monster is coming.
Cool. It's been nice knowing you, Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see you in like 5 minutes. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
5 minutes. 5 minutes is great. Have a good time.
5. Okay, let's go. Hey,
all right. Clarence, you open the portal for him? All right, yeah. Eddie, you pop through, and now you, for the first time, are in this bizarre reality
adventure.
And
yes,
you feel this heat on you, and the wind blowing against your skin, and it's definitely like the harshest place you've ever been.
Harsh.
But in front of you is this record store, a place you know like the back of your hand.
Right. Okay. Okay, I walk up, and can I see inside?
Yeah, you can see inside. The windows, remarkably, in the front of the store are not broken. They are just, it still has behind it like crates of records. But yeah, it's definitely, it's not destroyed. It is like still standing somehow.
Okay. Is there like a back entrance?
There maybe.
Yeah, let me go look.
Sure. So you head around an alleyway behind it. Clarence, Sam, you notice Eddie go around the alleyway into the darkness behind this. But from that same alleyway in your reality, you recognize 5 guys.
God damn it.
You come out of the alleyway, and one of them turns and looks directly at the Vanagon. It's a familiar face, one that you recognize to be Needles. And he punches Johnny, who looks over at him, and they all point at the 2 of you in the front of this Vanagon and slowly begin to walk towards you.
Can I jump over the driver's seat?
I mean, you can, but you're both in the front of, like, you're visible in the front windshield of this car. So, like,
Sam, you're already in the seat.
Yeah, I'll drive.
They see the 2 of you, and they are just like,
oh, we can't drive.
Cracking up. Yeah.
We can't drive because then the portal will move and Eddie will be stuck.
I mean,
I take it back. Clarence isn't the asshole. You're the asshole. I can't believe you did this to us.
No, we can totally drive. It's fine.
They start walking towards you, and they're almost up to the car now as the 2 of you are panicking, trying to figure out if you can drive or not.
We can't drive because the portal will move and Eddie will get stuck in there.
We can just go around the block, and they can't, I don't know. You guys are mean. They'll take the balls.
They are mean. You stick your head in the portal and say, they are going to take the balls. Fuck. And we suck. We're useless. Can't fight.
You can see that they're getting close enough to notice if the portal is open or closed. They are a couple yards away. They are closing in fast.
All right. I'll push the portal closer and put it up under my shirt. Still a little open.
Okay. Yeah. As you put it up under your shirt, there are 2 now. There are 2 jumper cables going from the battery of the car up under your shirt, and Sam is sitting next to you when Johnny raps on the window. He's like, "What's going on, Paige?"
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing
still got
good.
Our shoe, huh? I'm doing good.
We still got that shoe.
Yeah, you still got that?
Robbie pulls it out and starts shaking it. It's like, yeah, we got it.
I pretend like I'm super into the shoe.
Johnny looks back at the shoe, and he looks back at you, and he's like, "You're not getting it back, Paige."
What are you even going to do with it? Like, why do you even want it?
He looks at Clarence, and he's like, "Well, because you guys want it, I want it. Also, how's it going, Bergman? And he like points at you at your like obvious weird nipple clamp thing going on. And he just like looks back at the guys and looks at you and just shakes his head.
I know, this is what happens when you get stuck on a fucking school project with the nerds. I know. On the other hand, I'm totally going to get a good grade.
Whoa. Don't talk your way out of this one, Paige. School project?
Way out of what?
School
project? Way out of what? I'm sorry, I'm trying to... I know it's the summer. I'm trying to have extracurricular activities that I can get into college and I can blow this joint.
With this nerd?
This nerd gets really good grades.
And then like he's like laughing, he looks over at Needles, who like also he's like he starts laughing too, and they all start laughing at all of you. And he's like, Paige, my, you used to be popular here. What happened to you?
Look, Needles, I got a little tired of hanging out with you yahoos, and I'm trying to go to college and move to the beach, move to Venice Beach, and live by the ocean, and it's going to be great.
Move to the beach?
Yeah, move to the beach.
Where do you think you are? You stuck in your head, Paige. You're not moving to the beach. You're nobody.
Is anybody, Needles? Anyway, so that shoe. What kind of things do you want to trade for the shoe?
They look at you, and Needles just like grabs the shoe, and he's like, "You want this shoe so bad, Paige?" He shoves it into the sewer.
Go on the glass. No, not the shoe. Oh no!
I'm like,
and Needles looks at you, and then he pulls it back out of the. He like tricks you. He pulls it back out of the sewer, and he's like, "Gotcha, loser." And then Johnny's like, "Calm down, Needles. Jesus. All right, Paige. Look, as fun as it is to give you guys a hard time, I think we got stuff to do that's more important than deal with you losers." And he like hits the door and starts to walk away, and all the other guys are like, and they start to walk behind him. Do you say anything to him?
Nope. Let him go.
Sure. You can see across the street another group of about 3 or 4 girls coming around a corner. And
why are you torturing me?
They all start talking.
What did I do to you?
They all start talking. And Sam, you recognize them as some of your friends. Some people that you know. And they all start pointing back to the van. And Johnny starts doing like a weird, like he's playing with his nipples kind of thing. And Needles is like feigning clamps. And they're all pointing back at the two of you. And Sam, I want you to, if you would be so kind as to roll for me a comprehend roll. See if you can read.
Comprehend what's happening here.
Yeah, no, you are totally overwhelmed. Clarence, can you do a comprehend? And can you read their lips and figure out what they're saying? Yeah, even though Samantha is like mortified and trying to like not be involved with any of this, Clarence, you definitely read the fact that Johnny and Needles and Robbie and all the guys are like basically telling these girls that Samantha is dating you and that your boyfriend and girlfriend, you guys are into some freaky shit, is what they're telling each other. And all the girls start cracking up and all the guys are like pointing and laughing at you. And this is basically a week before the first day of school. And you definitely know, Clarence, that like like social suicide is happening for Samantha right now. But Sam can't pick up on that. She's like hidden behind the thing, trying to like not be noticed at the moment. You say anything to her? Do you do anything?
All right. Sam, they're all making fun of, I mean, us, but mainly you right now. I mean,
yeah.
I feel real bad. But well, maybe we can save the situation. Maybe like I I'll leave the portal here and like roll out on the street and like be like, hey, don't steal my grandma's van. And you're like, ha, loser. And drive off, and maybe everything will be think you're a badass or something. Oh, that's the best I got.
It's actually a pretty good idea.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good idea.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, oh, Clarence! Oh, sweet Clarence! Oh, Clarence, my heart! Oh, you sweet child! Oh.
All right. Well, better now than never then while everyone's watching. And like unlock the door and like take the portal and set it down the ground, open it up a little larger so like someone could actually jump up if they needed to. And then yeah, and then open the door and roll out. And go, ah! Sure. And they go, Sam, drive or something. Shit.
I can't drive because we can't leave Eddie.
It's fine. He'll be able to see the portal. Just after everyone leaves, come back.
Eddie. Like yelling. Does he hear?
Yeah, meanwhile, Eddie does not hear you. We cut back to Eddie as the two of you try to plan what to do here. Eddie, you've gone around to the back of the house and of the store, and there is a back door. There is a back door, but you've never seen where that leads to because there's always those beads in front of the hallway to the back that you've never gone back there. So you know this record store, but you've never been to like the employee area because they would never let you back there.
Oh no, God no.
But it's possible that this is the same, this is where that leads to. So there's definitely a door back there, but it is a locked, secure door.
Okay. Is there like a fire escape onto the roof?
There definitely is.
Okay, can I go up onto the roof?
Yeah, do a move roll for me.
Got it. I'm on this move. Please work. Oh, we're good.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So you like a kid who has seen a lot of kung fu movies. You just like spring up and onto the fire escape, climb your way up to the top, and it's amazing how like efficiently you do this.
I like spring up to the top and then I just take a wide horse stance and just throw a couple punches just to look cool. I'm like,
and the camera pans out and it's very much like you in front of the grayish sky with the red glow in the background as you start punching.
Yeah.
Guy, it's amazing. But what you do know is, or you do notice is behind you, there's a hole in the roof.
Okay. Ooh.
Like a big gaping hole in the roof. So
does it look like it just sort of deteriorated? Does it look like? Well, this would probably be a comprehend roll.
It looks like something smashed it down. It's not deterioration. It's very obvious. Like this looks like something like crashed into it.
Okay. All right. Can I like look down in the hole and look inside?
Sure. Yeah. If you'll roll for me a mind roll. Yeah,
I can try.
I'm aware. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. No. You look down and it's just darkness. You don't see anything. You can't comprehend anything what's going on down there.
Okay. Well, see, if I go in by myself, I could unlock the door. Is there like something what's below the hole? Is there anything that I could like lower myself down onto? I can't tell.
You can't tell. But this isn't like a multi-story building. It literally is like a one-floor building.
One-floor building, yeah. Okay. I'll call down. Hello? Sure. Hello?
You notice nothing.
Nothing.
Or you hear nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna drop down inside.
Okay, sure. Yeah. If you could do a force for me. And let's see how your body handles the fall.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, you roll down and sort of land with a roll of, again, very athletic. Everything is fine. And when you stand up, you notice that the air conditioning unit that was on the roof is smashed down next to you on the ground.
Oh,
and
so it
there are
seems
many
okay.
there are many shelves that are destroyed or were destroyed by it. And behind the counter, along the walls are many records. There are the beaded hallway that you've seen in the past is still there. And behind the counter is a skeleton perched up on the desk, covered in what appear to be decomposing rags, but you recognize as being the jacket that the store owner would wear all the time.
Whoa. No way. Sickest way to go. Surrounded by music.
But
I'm gonna like
even though you don't comprehend, because you've been here so often, you recognize it as being usually like the skeleton is oddly sitting in the same pose that the man who owned the store would sit in quite often. And it doesn't look like he was terrified or running from anything. It looked like he just like died exactly where he was, doing exactly what he was doing, and has been untouched ever since.
That's how I want to go. Yeah. Surrounded by what I love.
What do you do? Now that you're here, what's the first thing you do?
Can I check the jacket pockets to see if there's like a wallet or anything?
Sure.
I'm fairly certain it's the guy, but I want to like make double sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Chester Copperpot situation. I want to make sure. Yeah.
So you go through and begin to check his wallets. I'm gonna need you to roll for me.
Okay. Anything that isn't me punching something, I'm not gonna do so well.
Yeah. Let's see.
If you make me do a mind.
Let's do move. We'll see if you can
Move?
let's see if you can do some sort of attempt to I don't know, get this, like, look through this guy's thing without upsetting it.
I insist you make me roll and investigate.
Sure. All right. Look, I tried to help you. Investigate it is.
It literally won't let me roll, but I can roll a mind. Come on. Nah.
Yeah. All right. So no, total failure.
Nope.
You rummage through all of his stuff, and the skeleton sort of crumples in front of you, and you're left with the jacket in your hands, and it is a mess. But you find no ID on him.
Can I put the jacket on?
You do put the jacket on. Sure.
He would have wanted me to have this.
Okay.
That's the way I figured. We were best friends, even though he constantly said I was the worst and that he hated me. I know deep down what he really meant.
So then what you need to do is tell me what you want to do next. So you have this jacket. You are surrounded by your music. What's your next objective? What do you want to do?
Can I look through like the shelves and things and see if there's anything there?
You can do whatever it is that you want. You're by yourself in this like place that you love.
Yeah.
And that also loved me.
Sure, yes, that too.
Yeah. Let me look through like the records. Like, is this like, let me check through the rock and metal section. Like, is it
sure
they're all there, or has everything pretty much been destroyed?
So you start looking through, and as you funnel through all of the different stuff that's there, and you like start going through all the different albums, you notice all of your favorite bands. You notice everything's there. Everything appears to be what you know and like. The modern music section is roughly the same thing as the modern music section you would know that would be there. The only difference is that some of the things are gone. But yeah, the things that you think would be a modern record are there.
So I'm like looking for future music, and I'm basically finding all the same stuff.
Yep.
That's weird. But I get to hear like alternate dimension music.
Okay. Let me head back to the back room, like the employee area.
Sure. Will you roll a mind for me? Even though I know you can't comprehend.
Listen, buddy. Don't tell me what I can't do.
Roll a mind for me. Let's see. Maybe. All right. Yeah. No. So you can't. One of the things that as you head back to the back room and you push the beads behind you, what you fail to notice as you go through the beads is that above you, the big hole that was at one time shining a beam of grayish white light through has now been covered with a shadow. And as you go back through the beads, we cut back to Clarence and Sam. Clarence, who has rolled out of the van and is now down on the ground. What is your plan, guys? Because now everyone, not just the kids from high school, everyone on the street has turned and seen Clarence roll out of a car. And so now people are watching you. What do you guys do?
I guess I'm going to try to drive it around the back of the record store. It's like an alleyway.
You can definitely try to do that. Yeah. I will do 2 rolls. 1, whether you can drive off. 2, whether Clarence can successfully convince everyone that you're a badass and has stolen this car. So Sam, if you would for me, because we agreed that you driving this car would be it's definitely not gonna be investigate. That's silly. Let's go with
you could investigate the steering wheel.
I mean, that's true.
He's got a great point.
Well, because you're the leader here and you're in charge of all of this, I'm gonna let you do a lead roll and see if this plan pays off. And so that will determine if you drive off. Yeah, Clarence rolls out and you drive away. Clarence, I need you to roll for me, and we will determine if you can sell this little ruse. You are gonna roll your mind, and just a solid mind roll, I think. And if you can get a 1, it will work. If you can convince them.
Oh.
You can re-roll. You can re-roll if you want. You have 3.
All right, come on. I had 10 dice. Get 1. Fuck you.
Damn it.
One more?
One more. We got to get it.
There you go. All right. So
we got to save your social status.
Describe this to me. Sam pulls out and drives away with like drives off, and you're laying there on the ground. What do you say? What do you do?
Roll and like sit up. Somebody stop her! She just stole my grandma's van. Thief! She used me.
The girls run over. The girls run over like, oh my god, what just happened?
My friends do not sound like that. I mean, it's like a little unfair to them, I think. Like, oh my god.
That's definitely the way one of your friends, Stacy, sounds like that.
Oh my
god, what just happened? And they run over to you and they all gather around you looking at you.
So much attention on me right now. I don't know if Clarence can handle it.
Yeah. One of the girls like kneels down and puts her hands on your chest like, are you okay?
No. Yes. Sam just like she talked me into like bringing all this cool stuff to her, and then she sent us for like some early school science project or something. Then she just took everything.
What? Oh my god! And all the girls like look at each other and like, oh my god! And at that point, all the originals come over, and their like yellow Batman shirts are like staring down at you, blocking out the sun, and they're like, what happened, Bergman? What? Sam stole the car? And Needles is like, that don't sound right.
What do you think just happened? You just saw it. We're doing some science.
Robbie looks down and he's like, so what was with the clamps, man?
it was just electricity passing through the body, and my body was grounded. It was making sure that I wouldn't get shocked and was in town, in case I got hurt, and we could take me to the hospital easily.
All the girls like look around and they're like, "Oh my god, do you think Samantha stuck nipple clamps on him?" And they all start like giggling, like, "Oh my god!" And all the originals look at each other like, "That girl's hard, man. That girl she's bad news." And Needles is like, "Oh, I knew you liked her." And Johnny's like, "Shut up, dude." And he like punches him. And all the girls like, "Oh my god, she's so dangerous." And they all start gossiping about like how no one really knew Samantha was trouble and how she convinced Clarence, this poor dumb nerd, to like stick nipple clamps on his body, and how she just like messed with him for fun. And they're all like giggling and laughing. And like, Clarence, you're underneath them all, and they're all laughing at how you just got humiliated by Sam and how awesome Sam is for totally abusing you and like abusing your trust. Like, of course, Sam wouldn't want to be seen with a nerd like that. She convinced him to let him steal the van, and then she like stuck nipple clamps on him and electrocuted him just because she's amazing and like doesn't take shit from anyone. Like, she's the baddest girl in school, and of course, and all of her friends is like, "Oh my god," they start high-fiving, and all the originals talk about like how hot Sam is and like, "Oh my god, like she's the hottest girl in school," and this makes it even hotter because she's like a dirty side to her because they're like, "Girl got nipple clamps," and they're all like talking a ton of game around you. And Clarence, you are just laying there on the ground. Do you get up and move? Do you say anything? What do you do?
I'm sorry, I'll make it up to you.
I guess I gotta seal the deal here. I get up and like put my hands on Needles and like, you gotta help me get it back. Like, my grandma's gonna kill me, man.
Needles pushes you off of him. He's like, "Get it yourself, nerd!" And Robbie like kicks you in the back of your shin, and you like fall back down again. And all the boys start laughing at you. And like Johnny sort of like slaps you in the back of the head. He's like, "Get a clue, Bergman. Nobody likes you." And all the girls start laughing, and they all like walk off together.
I'll sit there, let him walk off.
Sure. Sam, meanwhile, you've driven off. Where are you going?
I'm going to the back of the store to try to get Eddie out.
Okay.
I'm on an extraction mission.
So you like peeled off, and you went around the corner, and to everyone else's view, you're gone. You like left town or something. But what you really did is the minute you turned the corner, you like slowed down and then went into the alleyway back behind the building. You're behind the record store, and you notice a man in a kind of like a very nice camo jacket.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Smoking a giant joint, listening to a record, and he is sitting back there. The door to the back of the building is open, and you pull up, and he like looks at you and is like, "What up, lady?"
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
"Man, I'm doing good. You looking for some records, man?"
No, I just came back here to see what was happening. See maybe some stuff I shouldn't be seeing. You might want to go back inside before the cops roll by here, huh?
"You trying to shake me down, lady? It's $15. You know the
No, I'm not trying to shake you down at all. I'm not trying to shake you down at all. I'm just giving you a warning that I saw the cops roaming around this area, and I'm just saying you might want to go inside. That's all. No shakedown, nothing. I'm just one friend to another.
The cops are some of my favorite customers."
Oh, they are they? Well, that's exciting.
And he laughs. He's like, "You want some dope or not, lady? I don't got all day."
I'm good, actually.
"All right, well, move it along, little miss." And he like smokes and like leans back and listens to the music play some more.
No, I thought I'd listen to the music a little bit.
He looks at you and is a little perplexed. He's like, "Lady, I'm too high for this. I don't know what you want."
I just want to hang out and listen to some music, my friend. I mean, I can tell you're a music person. I'm like totally a music person.
He like looks around like he assumes this is America's Funniest Home Videos. He doesn't know what's happening right now, but he looks at you and he's like, Is this some sort of sting?
I don't know, my friend, what's happening. I'm just a nice lady, as you call me, which is such a nice thing to call me. Who's just listening to some music. He's not gonna go inside, is he? I'm trying to like get Eddie out of there, man.
No, you are. He looks at you, and he like holds out the joint to you.
There it is. You just want to chill.
I'm good, man. I don't want to. I'm not here to bogart your shit, my friend. I'm not that kind of girl.
Lady, if you're here to jam, listen to some tunes, you gotta listen to some tunes. I mean, like, pushes it even closer to you.
I am totally good, my friend. I appreciate the clarity that I have when I listen to music. You know, it really helps me appreciate all the subtle tonality of it.
Have you ever really been clear, though? Like, do you know, can you hear and see the music? He like holds it out to you again.
I see that this shit is going absolutely nowhere. So I guess I'm going to try going around the other side of the store to open the portal.
Sure.
Or actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to park in the... I'm just going to like maybe go in the back. Because he doesn't give a shit, really, right?
Well, I mean, you are in the back. You're in the back, in the alleyway behind, in the back entrance. And that's where he's at.
I was going into the back of the van.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you can do that. Yeah. So you just go to the back of the van, and the guy looks at you and just goes, huh, and goes and sits back down. And so even though you're in the back with Fern, who is still in the back of the van, who is still back there, like, oh, you and Fern are in the back of the van now, and all you can smell is this scent of weed and Jimi Hendrix playing at the moment. And he is just having a good old time. Eddie, as you approach the back of the store, and you go through this long hallway, you notice there's a manager's office and then that back door. And for some reason, in the back, you can hear what kind of maybe sounds like Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, should we listen to Hendrix back there? I'll head towards the back.
Sure, yeah. There's a big metal door in front of you. It's the back door.
Can I like unlock it?
Yeah.
I'll unlock it and open up the door.
Sure. You open the door and it's the back alleyway, and the building across from you is completely demolished. The building across from you is destroyed, but right in front of you, in front of that building, you notice a hole, like a little portal, and the music is coming through that, and it's facing downwards.
Come on, Eddie. Eddie, come on. I'm like...
Do I hear that?
You definitely hear something. Again, it's all very muted.
God?
Eddie, it's Samantha.
Eddie, you look up and say God, and I want you to, because this is amazing, I want you to give me a roll, and I want you to give me a comprehend roll.
Okay.
Or just mind, if you can.
Guess what? I have 0 in. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
It's that.
You look up and you go, God? And what looks down at you is not God. It is a giant maw of one of those birds that you saw from earlier. And it opens its mouth as giant, sharp, razor-sharp claws and fangs peer down at you. And it gives you like this, like as loud as possible, and spreads its wings.
I go back inside the store and close the door.
Sure. Oh, you go back inside and close the door. And what do you do? You're in this...
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Jesse, we're losing you.
No,
Jesse, we're losing you.
Too.
Oh no.
I'm next.
What?
The bird got him.
Oh no.
No, Jesse.
All right, we can still hear each other though. We're gonna can you hear me?
Robot Jesse.
We're robot.
You are a robot.
No, am I disconnected?
Yep, definitely a robot.
Yeah, you're done, man.
Still roboting.
Technical difficulties.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh, roasted. Hello?
God, is that you?
Oh, this is bizarre.
Is God speaking to me?
What do we do now?
I think we lost Eddie.
JP, what do we do? It's me and Sam.
You thought I was frozen, didn't you?
Oh my God, stop it. That's hilarious.
All right, I think
we could, you know.
Jesse's having some problems. What were we going to say, Morgan?
Oh, well, I'm just saying that we could finish the episode ourselves. So what happens is that Eddie gets through the portal easily with no problems. We take the van back to my house. Everybody goes home and eats pie. And that's how we end our episode. Yeah.
I feel like
this DMing thing is easy. I should do this.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. You're natural.
Yeah.
I like how we lost one cast member and we're fine, but if the DM goes, man, it just goes bad.
That's rough.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to stabilize. I thought it was going to, but we should probably just do shout outs and call it there, I would think. He's struggling, man.
I hear like this must be what Eddie was hearing when Samantha was calling to him.
Oh, just go to Octos.
Oh,
wait, there he is.
He's back. He's back. You're good. We can hear you. You look great.
Thank you. That was bizarre and weird.
Yeah. Continue on, Jesse. You're doing great.
I have no idea what happened. Yeah. Are we good? Is everything okay?
I can hear you now. You sound fine.
Yeah, you sound and look fine to me. You're coming in flawlessly.
I mean, you always looked fine to me.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby. All right. Should we continue? What do we want to do? I don't know what's happening right now.
Okay, so I just went back in the record store and closed the door because a bird was about to eat me. A pterodactyl.
Yes, a pterodactyl comes down
Copyright.
and like looks directly at you and is ready to get you.
Okay.
So what you do is you run back inside, close the door, and you're now in that hallway with the beads. What do you do?
Where's Frozen right now? Where's Frozen? Everybody's frozen.
I'm gonna run into the manager's office.
Can I tell you what's? Can anyone hear me right now? Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
The screen is frozen, and everyone keeps repeating. It's like everyone's stuck in a GIF. Right now, Morgan looks like she's tired of my shit and just keeps blinking. She has a like blinky GIF look. Ken is laughing at something, but I don't know what. And he keeps laughing over and over and over again. And Octo is just shaking his head no at me. That's all I see the entire. That's what's happening. And then for me, I look fine. Everything about me is moving totally fine. I don't know what's going on.
Well, for us, we just see you making some serious like kissy face.
Yeah, you're doing like a.
You know what? If that's the last you'll hear from me, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Oh wait, no,
if that's how
you
I
caught up. It's the time loop fixed itself.
Everything slows way down for me and then speeds up super speed.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Might have stabilized.
Is this a metagame?
It might be. This is all Jesse's doing. I think we lost Jesse again. He's scheming right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think we just do shout outs and call it because this looks like it's just failing for whatever reason. I'm not sure if we need to boot up the call again, but now it's all stabilized.
I mean, we can end the episode with Terror Bird coming down on Eddie.
I mean, this is a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
if you want to end here, I'm cool with continuing. But
I mean, it's your guys' call. We can try and fix this in some way, but at the moment, like I can't.
Wait,
you guys are stuck in a perpetual loop of.
Oh no!
I think it's good now. Is it good for you, Jesse?
I can't tell honestly. I feel like I'm catching up to you. I feel like the video's like I'm stuck behind a little bit. Question mark.
Okay, everyone else is perfectly fine, including you. So, I guess just try continuing one more time, and if it messes up, we'll just call it here.
Okay.
Do your thing, sir.
Works for me. I mean, I think I'm caught up now. I'm moving my. Yeah, it looks fine. All right, we can try for sure.
Okay, never mind. We're good.
All right.
Okay. I want to barricade myself in the manager's office.
Okay, so you barricade yourself into the manager's office. Again, since you have no comprehend, I'm not gonna even bother rolling this.
Well, let me try.
Weird.
Let me try. Let me try.
Go for it.
You never know.
Live your dream. Yeah, do it.
Yes.
Oh,
What? Yes.
what? We really have
I
broken
did
up.
it!
Things are broken now. The one thing you notice as you lock yourself in the manager's room is that from the beads, from the area with the beads, fog starts rolling in. A fog that you recognize now as a bad sign. And it is, as you close the door, the fog sort of like starts entering the hallway.
Get out.
Okay. Cool. We in this.
Yeah, what do you want to do now? You're stuck in the manager's office. Oh, you know what? Before we do anything, Sam, Fern, you guys clearly heard a like a noise, and so did the guy listening to music.
Does the manager's office have a window?
No, it does not. The manager's office does not have a window.
Shit.
It is on the inside of this building. It does have security cameras though, but none of them are active. They're just a bunch of screens, but nothing's active.
All right. Okay. Shit. Okay. If I peek my head out the door, is there anything in the hallway?
Sure, you peek out into the door, and while there's nothing between the back door and you haven't you can't really see all that well when you open the door to what's in the actual building proper. Okay, you'd have to look out further rather than just a peek.
Okay, I look out further.
Sure, you look out further, and the mist is now sort of like the fog is now sort of up to your knees, and in the store there's a figure staring at you.
Oh, I hate this. Okay.
You can see if you can determine who this figure is, what this figure is.
No, that's not worth it to me. Wait, yes, it is. I'm gonna try.
Okay. All right. So what do you do? Let's determine how you do this. What do you do?
Shit. What's in the manager's office with me?
Just the monitors on one wall that aren't connected to anything.
Okay.
A series of filing cabinets and drawers, a desk that has a bunch of paperwork on it that is pretty yellowed and dirty and dusty. There's a stapler. There are a few drawers that you could look through, but other than that, there's like not a gun or anything. No.
No, it's not what I was looking for. Let me. I fold a paper airplane out of one of the paperworks and throw it into the main room.
Okay. The figure catches the plane.
Okay. What does it do with the plane?
It crumples it and begins to walk towards you.
Oh, shit. Okay. I am... Oh, okay. I'm going to make a break for the back door.
Okay.
I'm booking it. Okay.
Yeah. You make a break to the back door, and I'm going to need you to do a move roll for me.
Yeah, I'm on it. Don't worry about you. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
I'm out of there. I'm the Flash. I'm gone.
Bolt. You bolt for that back door, and pop it open with your shoulder, it bashes open, and you run outside, and in the air hovering is this giant ass beast, this massive condor-like pterodactyl, like flapping its giant wings, just staring at you, ready to pounce.
Okay. Oh, do I see where the portal is?
Yeah.
And I see. Okay, open the portal! I scream. I'm like yelling.
The portal is pretty open. I mean, you can try and jump through, but it'd be very, very close. But yeah, you can try and do whatever. You see the portal in the ground, but it's not big enough to just like run and jump in. You'd have to like squeeze your way in.
I'm gonna try and squeeze. Well, first I look at the board and I say, "Fuck you," and then I jump through the portal.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to roll for that.
This move?
You could do a move.
Okay.
Oh,
what is that? How about one of these?
Yeah, you look at this. You look at this bird and just go, "Fuck you!" And you run and jump, and it's like a very cool slow-mo thing where it's one of its claws come down to try and grab you, and you slip between the talons and jump into this portal and just like pop up the other side into the van. And Fern and Samantha are looking at you, and from in the van, one talon hooks up through the hole and starts clawing around in there trying to grab you.
Close it! Close it! Close it! Close the portal!
If you're gonna close it. Thanks.
Sure. You go to close the portal, and as you cut it off, the claw of the talon just falls right onto the back of the van with a thud, and blood squirts everywhere onto the windows, onto Fern and Samantha, onto you, Eddie, and just smashes down on the ground.
That's super metal.
Uh-huh. What do you do?
Fuck yeah. Cool. So we know that the pterodactyls attack. Awesome. We need to go now, so I'm gonna drive.
Yeah, so Sam jumps into the front seat covered in blood and puts the pedal to the metal and just drives off. And the van is in front of the camera and it drives off, and as it drives away, the manager of the store is sitting there looking at his weed, looking at the camera, and then just like puts it out on his chair and walks back inside and doesn't say a thing. And we cut back to the three of you in this van driving away at a very high speed, and Fern is just covered in, like, shot directly at Fern. She's covered in blood. Eddie, you two are like smears of blood on you. Sam, it's a good thing you brought some clothes because your outfit is just gross now. But in the back of this van now is one giant talon of one of these pterodactyls, and it is not something like you. It doesn't look like a normal bird talon. It almost seems like, instead of, you know, what you would imagine a talon to be, it almost seems like this is more fur covered. And it appears to be something totally different than you've ever seen before. It doesn't look like an actual talon. It looks more like a finger with knuckles and a giant claw at the end.
That's creepy.
Wait, I do that. Hang on. I grab the talon and I like do that thing where I like pull my arm into my sleeve so that this is like the talon is sticking out.
Sure.
Like, hey, check me out. I'm a horror movie bad guy.
And it as you stick it up under your sleeve, under your shirt, like your underarm starts to, it looks like sweat, but it's just blood. It's just more blood.
Check it out. Cool. Cool. Yo, this thing almost killed me.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
How did it try to kill you? Like from the top or like from the side?
Well, it tried to like stab me, I think, but there was also something there's also like a thing chasing me.
What kind of thing? Like the same kind of monster we saw before, like the bear monster?
No, this was like a guy.
Oh, like a person.
Fern looks at you. He's like, "Wait, you saw the guy? Did he say his name?"
No, he just. Well, I threw a paper airplane at him, but then he crumpled it up and then started walking towards me.
Well, why'd you throw an airplane? Why don't you just talk to him?
It was an airplane of friendship. I didn't know he was going to get pissed at it.
That could have been the guy we were looking for.
Well, I don't know what the guy. What does the guy we're looking for look like?
I don't know. His name's Frank. He's just covered in like paper towels and stuff, and he's got like crazy glasses. Did you not bother to ask him?
No, I thought he was like a bad guy.
Oh, go, Eddie!
What? Don't get mad at me. You didn't tell me what I was looking for. I was looking for future music, but all I found was present music.
Oh, come on. And she like goes back to the corner and she's like, "Well, I hope you're happy with your talent arm."
I am. I do like a hooky motion. Like.
And Fern like pouts in the corner and she's like devastated because to her, you probably found the person that they were looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, if he was a good guy, he wouldn't have crushed my friendship plane. So.
Okay, so I think we need to take a minute to regroup. We're running out of pie.
Oh yeah. What pie's left is now drenched in like viscera and stuff.
Oh, the pie.
Yeah, the pie's gone. You have 0 pie.
Mm-hmm.
And Clarence is probably beaten to a pulp somewhere in the middle of the street in front of the record store, so that's also bad.
Wait, what happened
to Clarence? It was for a noble cause. Well, okay, so you were gone so long, and then like the Originals came and they were gonna beat us up, and like all the popular girls were there, and they were looking, and Clarence had like nipple clamps on under his shirt, and so that was like super embarrassing. And so he rolled out of the car to distract them, and that's the only reason he got out of the car. Okay, he also got out of the car because he was trying to make it seem like I stole the car. So now everybody thinks that I stole the car, which is good actually, but I guess bad for Clarence.
Should we go get Clarence?
I mean, I don't know if we can get him. I don't know. Maybe we should go back to our houses and then clean off the goo.
Yeah, I got a shower.
I don't like the shower that is at Fern's house. No offense, Fern. It's like not that good of a shower.
Fern doesn't talk to any of you. She's so upset. This whole plan has completely failed.
Okay. I'm going to take Fern to my house. I'm going to drop Eddie off. Or no, I'm going to have Eddie go look for Clarence and get Clarence.
Really? Well, I look like I came from a Guar concert? Are you serious?
That's a good point. I forgot about that. I'm such a bitch that I'm actually considering just leaving Clarence there in the middle of the street.
What's the best for the group?
I mean, the best for the group is leaving Clarence in the middle of the street, honestly, because if we're being constantly harassed.
Don't leave him.
Okay,
is he being harassed right now?
Everyone has left. Like they all made fun of him and just like left his ass there.
Don't leave him. Go get him.
He's right over there. Don't know that. You don't know that he has been left alone. Everyone went to Clarence and like mocked his ass, and then like literally they kicked him down to the ground, and then basically told him no one likes him, and just walked away laughing at him.
Well, we could pull the van around the front of the record store. Just like creep it, like.
Here, maybe. Hello.
Oh yeah, we have walkie-talkies.
Are you guys okay?
True. We're in the same dimension, so they work.
Hey, Clarence, come by behind the record store.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Yeah, Clarence, you come around the corner and you see them at the edge of the alleyway, and you pop open the door to the Vanagon, and inside is the grossest horror movie scene you've ever witnessed in your life. There is blood everywhere. Eddie has a giant talon coming out of his arm. There is Fern is in the corner, covered in blood, like pissed off. Samantha's in the driver's seat, and she too is smeared in blood. The van is gross looking.
But a quick head can't. Everybody's there, but Eddie has this weird talon arm.
Yeah.
Eddie's arm is fine. Start with that.
Yeah, I'm okay. Don't worry. This is not real. Well, I mean, it's real, but like I pull my hand out of the sleeve. I still had my hand in the sleeve the whole time, by the way.
Yeah. And the big talon drops to the floor and just flops on the ground and does a little a few little more drops of blood squirt out of it, but it's pretty empty. It's pretty empty at this point.
I missed an opportunity here. Wait, hold on. Can you give me a do-over on that? Or a goof?
I will.
Please,
I'll let you roll for a do-over.
Let me roll for a do-over. What am I rolling?
For you, this is going to be a heart roll.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Sure. I'll give you a do-over.
Okay. Oh my God, Clarence! I'm back from the dimension and it changed my arm. I was there too long. If you're there too long, it changes your body. I'm like waving the talon in his face.
Passes out on the ground.
Sure. Clarence falls back and passes out on the sidewalk.
Oh, cool.
What do you
That's all
guys
I
do
wanted
now?
to do. Yeah, I'll put him in the van.
Sure. Yeah. You drag him up into the van, and now the four of you
Why
are
you
back
put me in the
driving
gross
away.
blood van.
Yeah. No, they just put you in the gross blood van. They put your ass right on the ground, right next to the bloody talon. So, what do you guys do now? How do you want to fix all of this? What is your next plan?
Okay. I think we should go to our houses, clean up, and then meet back at the hideout.
Okay.
All right.
We need Fern here to shame us all for doing what we're doing.
Oh,
and the
Fern
fact that she's not here.
Yes.
Well, not here. Not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, is really we're being massively unproductive.
So you all you park the van now covered in blood. What do you want to do with the van before you all split up and go home?
Oh no, it looks like
there's just a bloody van. There's a bloody van. What do you do with it?
Well, I was gonna send the boys on foot. And then
those boys are covered in blood on foot.
All right, fine. I'll drive them home. God, I'm not like a soccer mom. Okay. No, that's a good point. I guess I'll drop people off, but like near their houses.
Sure,
And
you
then
don't
I'm
go
gonna
to the
park
front
the van.
door, but you drop them off nearby. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna park the van right in front of my house, like a boss, and then I'm gonna take Fern inside, and we're gonna shower and get changed.
Okay. So, yeah, we will deal with that next time. The fallout of all of this, but for the record, there's a bloody van outside of Sam's house. Fern and Sam are about to walk in the front door covered in blood. Eddie, Clarence, you're both covered in blood, headed home. We'll continue next time with whatever the hell happens from this. And
This was a great plan, you guys. I don't know what the problem is. Great plan.
that's it for us this week. I think we learned a lot about ourselves when Elspeth isn't here to sort of rein us all in. We're terrible people. But let's go around the room here and sort of let everyone know what's going on with us this week. Poor Elspeth, wherever she went to, we hope it's a better place than being covered in blood. But Ken, what's going on with you this week?
Shoot, man. Well, I had a good time playing with you guys again. Nothing really new going on this week. We got our little D&D show we do on the weekends, Charisma Plus on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central. I can tell you what I did today. I went outside. I was going to ride the motorcycle, AKA Midlife Crisis 2.0. And Mary came out and she was like, when her super pregnant self was like, go get me some Panda Express. So I did and ate it. And
it's a good impression.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Yeah. I want to know more about your amazing motorcycle Panda Express adventures. You need to do a whole series where you just go around to Panda Express and just eat it on your motorcycle and just are way cooler than I'll ever be. That's all I'm jealous, infinitely jealous. Octo,
I would watch that.
What's going on with you? I would too. Everyone would watch that.
Let's see. I've been playing Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate and 2 Point Hospital. And hopefully if I can get my N64 working, I really want to stream. I've been on this kick where I just want to stream like old games. I like all of a sudden I'm like, I don't want to stream anything new. I want to stream old stuff. So I want to play like a bunch of old N64 games if I can get my N64 hooked up to my capture cards. So I don't know, look forward to that, I guess.
What's your number one N64 game to play? What's
Mystical
the one you
Ninja
want to
Star.
play?
Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. That's my favorite N64 game.
I'm sorry, pardon?
Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. It's a series of games called Ganbare Goemon, and they're like there is one on the Super Nintendo. There's a bunch of them, but they're not super well known. But that's like absolutely hands down one of my favorites.
Is that the blue ninja with the text with the pipe?
Right.
Yes, that's
right.
Yeah, Goemon.
Exactly,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's and the soundtrack. That's the best soundtrack on N64, no question. Good ass OST. Check it out sometime.
Morgan, hit us with all the promotional stuff, please.
I'm just working at the game company, making a game slowly. We're hiring. Vampire Studios, check us out. Check out our art. We got some good stuff. We have Wei Wang. He's amazing. Dom Quek is amazing.
Yeah, right behind you. That is still one of my favorite pieces. It looks so cool. Yeah,
I was going to do a new background soon, so hopefully I get around to that this week.
Elspeth, even though she's not here, does all sorts of voice acting stuff and is streaming so much.
No, that is IRL. That is IRL Monka S. That is absolutely what that face is. That is what that face is.
And she's terrified and will continue to be. For myself, I'm just doing all the stupid stuff that I do. I'm always excited to be here on RollPlay, and the fact that they're allowing me to DM a thing is so silly. But coming to the channel is more of the usual same stuff. If you want to see the craziest thing in the world, you don't need to watch the whole series. Just watch the last 5 minutes of Yesterday Origins, a series that already was insane. Go watch that video. I've never in my life played a game that ended that way, let alone ever seen a story that had the balls to have that kind of ending. It was genuinely the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. So if you want to have your mind blown and never want to look at this world the same ever again, tune into that. Anyway, that's it for us. We'll be back with some more very soon. But thank you all for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.